Welcome back. Nearly 1 million people say they're going to raid Area 51 in Nevada on September 20th in a quest to see aliens.
More than 800,000 others say they're interested. The Facebook event page is titled Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. The mysterious Area 51 has been the subject of conspiracy theories for decades. Many people believe the U.S. government stores its secrets about UFOs and aliens at the military site.
The invitation comes a few weeks after a group of U.S. senators was briefed about reported encounters between the U.S. Navy and an unidentified aircraft. Very mysterious.
Very interesting. Are you going to join the event? Are you interested in the event?
I'm not interested on Facebook, but now I might have to join in that group just so I can see what it's all about.
Yeah, I might just click interested, but I don't think I'll be helping them.
I don't think I will be
Storm
either.
Area
Do you guys
51.
think that they're going to make it, Scott, Brian?
I don't know about that. I don't think so. It's funny to talk about.
Yeah, just watch Men in Black and call it good.
Yeah.
Good advice.
There you
And Ryan, I've got one more number for you. 1.2 million. That's how many people want to find out if UFOs are real, right? So they've all joined this Facebook event called Storm Area 51. Area 51 is a highly classified zone around 150 miles from Las Vegas, Nevada. The Facebook meetup spot is at a tourist attraction. Area 51 has long been linked to alien conspiracies, even though the area's only confirmed use was for testing spy planes. So here's what the Facebook invite says. We will all meet up at the tourist attraction and coordinate our entry. If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. So Ryan, do you know what a Naruto run is?
I must have left my dictionary over my desk. No,
Well,
I did
I
not.
looked it up because I had no idea. So it's, of course, all right, so it's based on this Japanese anime character. Take a look at him there. He makes this like serious run for it. Now the U.S. Air Force is warning people
Don't
not
do that.
to go through with this joke
No,
event.
no, don't do that. Night Side's Liz Birch is here. And not everyone thinks this is funny, do they, Liz?
Right. Well, according to a study done in 2017, about half of people believe in some kind of alien life form. So I asked on Twitter, you guys are pretty split as well. We talked to one local man who says, well, he agrees the Facebook group's idea is not something people should actually do. He does think that people who genuinely believe in aliens like him should form a community.
No such things as ETs coming down and so forth, but they do have the crop circles and all that, and I do believe that maybe every now and then there may be a terrestrial object that gets so close, just right out of radar range, because they have advanced technology that it can't happen. But wait a second, you know, conventions get started just by people getting together. So this could turn out into a yearly thing. They may not storm Area 51, but they may go to the visitor center at Area 51.
All right, again, we want to be really clear on this. U.S. government is saying, don't do this. But you can go vote on my poll. Let us know what do you think. Are aliens real? On my Twitter, Liz Birch, WTS.
Exposed the godfather of all conspiracy theories, at least part of it, that mystery in the Nevada desert. We're now learning Area 51, America's capital city for UFO sightings and the stuff of Hollywood science fiction, is apparently real. Here's ABC's Nick Watt.
For nearly 60 years, the government denied this place even existed. Sounds odd, but I'm going to call it the most famous secret base in the world, an epicenter of alien intrigue, featured in Independence Day.
There's no Area 51. That's not entirely accurate.
Even Mulder and Scully visited one dark night.
Area 51.
Classified experiments involving extraterrestrial technology.
Now, for the first time, the US government has released CIA documents showing a map of the secret base in the Nevada desert, with Area 51 not redacted. Dun, dun, dun.
So, I mean, this might be one step on the road to finding out really what has gone on there.
Yes, but I wouldn't expect that it's ever going to involve aliens.
Okay.
Area 51 has launched 1,000 conspiracy theories. Some people claim the Roswell aliens were brought here for reverse engineering. Others say the moon landing footage was actually shot here on a soundstage. And hundreds of people who saw spy planes flying unfeasibly high above the base called in UFO sightings. The newly declassified documents relate to that U-2 spy plane program, but I'm afraid no mention of UFOs whatsoever. Will this staunch the flow of conspiracy theories? Yeah, right. Nick Watt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The U.S. Air Force is warning more than 1 million people not to try and raid Area 51.
The Facebook page Storm Area 51 was actually started as a joke, but now officials are growing worried that people will start to follow through.
Yeah, it was almost exactly 5 years ago. A tour bus carrying visitors to the edge of the top secret military base crossed that line. The I-Team's George Knapp put this story together then about how serious the military is about its boundary.
In the 25 years since our reports first put the once unknown base on the map, tens of thousands of curious people have trekked out to the desert to take a peek. A few have tried to slip into the base and were quickly scooped up. As far as we know, this is the first intrusion caught entirely on video, and it nearly caused a shutdown of the regular tours.
Look how bright it's getting. Look at it now.
Area 51's years in obscurity ended in 1989 when news reports about classified projects at the Nevada base set off a stampede of UFO seekers, aviation watchers, and media. The base is still a favored location for classified military projects, so security is justifiably tight. Motion detectors, high-tech cameras, the ominous camo dudes, and warning signs which declare deadly force is authorized. The signs themselves have become photo ops, the money shot for guided outings like those operated for 15 years by Adventure Tours.
That in last August, that the CIA finally declared that it was a legitimate area military installation.
Some of them are just curious. They don't know what it's about. Other people believe that they've been abducted. Other people believe they are actually aliens and they want to go out there to hopefully get back home. We get all kinds of people.
Co-owner Donna Tryon says the typical tour includes stops at main shrines of Area 51 lore, the E.T. highway sign, the Little Ailey Inn, and the Holy of Holies, the very edge of the base itself. But there's one thing the tour most certainly does not include.
The point at which our journey must stop.
Our guides have been known to tell the passengers that, you know what, you can't go over that line, and if you step foot over that line, you're on your own.
But on May 28th, it happened to driver Dennis Ryan and his 4 passengers, all of it recorded inside and out. The video shows Ryan and group having a good time, zipping toward the edge of Area 51. At precisely the wrong moment, one of the tourists asked Ryan a question about sports books. It was just enough of a distraction that he blew right past the warning signs and kept on going. After 45 seconds or so, Ryan started looking around, wondering where the camo dudes were.
Was it a white truck on the...
Less than 2 minutes after crossing the boundary, the passengers informed Ryan that the white truck is right on their tail.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
Both on each side of the vehicle, there's a gentleman that in full military garb gets out. The one on the passenger side, he had a full automatic rifle.
What'd they say? You went over the line.
You went over the line that you are trespassing on military installation.
Inside the vehicle, the tourists, a couple from the UK and a mother and son from the East Coast, thought it was all part of the tour, actors playing their parts.
Well, we're going to let your company know that you took us the extra mile, that you put us into this situation, and they were just as much, they thought it was part of the whole process.
But they soon learned it was no act. After Lincoln County deputies arrived, the driver and passengers were pulled out, cited for trespassing, and given court dates. The projected fine, $650 apiece, and a misdemeanor conviction.
This is absolutely unacceptable.
Co-owner Will Tryon contacted Lincoln County DA Dan Hoagie and tried to get the out-of-state passengers off the hook.
We were afraid that they would issue a bench warrant for these 4 people and turn our good tourists into criminals.
But Hoagie wasn't budging. He suspected it was done on purpose.
Your tour goes to Area 51, and your intent is to enter Area 51. I said, Mr. Hoagie, I said, you couldn't be more wrong.
The company decided if the citation stuck, they'd close down the tours to 51, which would be a blow to the fragile rural economy. What the DA didn't know until the I-team contacted him is that the incident was on video. One look at the video and the expressions on these faces, and the DA knew it wasn't intentional. The driver has to pay, but the passengers don't.
You're going to be famous, you know that. The driver who blew through Area 51.
Great. No, I'm barred for at least two years now.
Lincoln County has an arrangement with Area 51. It handles all trespassing cases. The DA told us that while tourism dollars are important to the county, so is the base, which generates a lot of tax revenue. After we told him about the video, the DA agreed to drop the charges against the passengers, but on one condition, that no video recorded by the van's forward camera be made public. That camera recorded camo dudes coming from the other direction. But for the record, there were no shots of any flying saucers or secret aircraft. George Knapp, 8 News Now.
That may be the closest anyone's ever going to get is watching that story.
The guy's going, I wish that sign was bigger. One question, he was
Couple
off.
Blinking lights.
Goodness, yeah, that's a great point. I don't know that people actually show up. By the way, George hasn't aged a day.
Yeah. True story. When I first moved here, I heard about that. I went out to the installation. Of course, I followed the rules, stayed back, and said, wow, that's pretty cool. Area 51 is right there. They have automatic rifles. I'm going this way.
The other direction.
U-turn.
Yeah. Hey, clear sky.
Area 51 may soon be under attack. And this time, guess what? It's not from what you think, outer space. 1 million people have joined a Facebook event. 1 million people called Storm Area 51. Now, the event plans to overrun the military installation there in the hopes of finding alien technology or the remains of an alleged alien crash there from back in the 50s. This could be trouble, though, as the Air Force, which runs the base, said they will meet any attempting storming of the site with force. For more on this very, very odd story, we are joined by investigative journalist Ben Swan. Ben, okay, I have to be honest with you. When I first read this weekend, it was starting to trend. I'm going, okay, this is a joke. This is a movie promotion.
Right.
This is actually becoming a very, honestly, serious issue. Where did this idea of storming Area 51 come from?
Well, it actually did start out, it appears to have started out, I should say, as a joke in the beginning. The idea was they can't stop all of us, right? Storm Area 51, they can't stop all of us. It started out as a Facebook group. It essentially was inviting people on September 20th to go about 40 miles from Area 51 to the tourist center nearby, to gather there and then to storm Area 51 and to get inside and find out what the government's been hiding inside there. It's kind of turned into an internet phenomenon in terms of all the memes that are out there. I'm sure you see on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook, there's memes everywhere about this. And it's also, it picked up so much steam because you have 1.1 million people who have now said they're going, 926,000 who say they're interested in going to this event. Now, I don't think 1 million people are really going to show up. A lot of people see this as a joke. However, if 1/10 of those people showed up, 100,000 people show up. If, 1% of those people show up, over 10,000 people will be at this visitor center in the desert in Nevada wanting to go to Area 51, and that becomes a little bit alarming.
And that's it, and that's the numbers right there that I think it's the numbers that gave it the, I don't want to say the word validity, but it definitely gained the attention of saying, you know what, we need to take a serious turn, who I normally bring on, Ben Swan, who tells us all sorts of amazing things that are truthful and factual. We got to at least go, something about this is bringing people in. But now it's kind of taken a little bit of a dangerous twist. And I don't know if it's just more of a fear they want to put in, but the U.S. Air Force has said they may counter with force. What kind of force could this be? And can you just imagine the backlash?
Right. So consider the fact that the Air Force says that Area 51 is currently active as an Air Force training center right now. So at any military post or base, if you go to an Army post, if you go to an air base, anywhere in the country, and you try to enter that base without proper registration, without identification, or without invitation, you will be stopped with force. Military police will stop you at any Army post, at any U.S. military base. In this case, if you try to overrun this base, they are absolutely going to meet you with force. There's no question about that. And one thing that's important for people to understand, that the guys who created this joke of a post about going here to Area 51, it is a joke. I mean, if you read the original post, and I was reading it today, they talk about some anime character who can run between bullets by putting his hands behind his back and out, because he can move so fast. I don't watch anime, so I don't exactly know who it is, but that's supposedly who it is. Look, the bottom line is that it's a joke, Scotty. And yet there are people who I think are starting to take it too seriously. You will inevitably get some people who are going to show up 40 miles away. The question is, will they actually approach that Air Force base? Right. And they will be met with force if they go, and that's a pretty scary thought.
Well, and you put a good point there. This started off as a joke that could very easily turn dangerous. And at the end, you look at and this is the power of social media and misinformation. You want to talk about how easy it is to spread fake news and falseness. This could actually result in some real dangerous consequences for the people and then also for the military as long as they take these things. Real quick, why don't we know, though? This is all about the mystery. Why don't we know what is actually going on at Area 51 after all these years?
Yeah, I think that's a legitimate question. There's legitimate questions about what goes on there, the research that takes place there, what it's actually being used for. I think there are legitimate questions there that should be answered. They're not being answered. But I just want to say one more thing. I know we're almost out of time. There is a lot of energy being put into this right now. There are serious issues in this country that a lot of these people should be and could be passionate about, and they could be diverting their energy into that instead of into this. And I feel like I just wish to appeal to those million-plus people who want to sign up for this thing. Let's sign up for something that actually can change something real in this society instead of focusing on something that clearly was set up as a joke, and if nothing else, might even be a distraction from other issues that they should be dealing with.
Ben, that is the best PSA that I think I've heard in a long time about common sense in America and the media today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.
There is a storm brewing on social media. Thousands are talking about storming Area 51 later this year to, quote, see the aliens. While the Facebook page says it's a big joke, the Air Force is not laughing about this, warning them to stay away. It issued a statement saying, quote, we would discourage anyone from trying to come into the area where we train American armed forces. Area 51 has been the subject of conspiracy theories for decades.
A lot of Americans really want answers about what's going on at Nevada's Area 51, so much that more than 400,000 people have pledged to raid the area as part of a Facebook event. Titled Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us, the mission appears to be, quote, see them aliens, a reference to the fact that many believe Area 51 to be a secret alien holding site. Newsweek reports the event presents the idea of people around the globe invading the site on September 20th via a Naruto run, referencing a manga character who keeps his head down and his arms stretched behind him while running. Comicbook.com points out that the person who created the event is known for posting memes and streaming on Twitch, but it's unclear how serious the intent is to make a run at Area 51. Still, the Pentagon has recently shared plans to create guidelines allowing military to report sightings of UFOs.
A lot of folks are taking the internet-fueled idea of storming Area 51, where conspiracy theorists think the government has aliens on ice, as just clickbait. But it appears the U.S. Air Force is taking these threats seriously. National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin shows us tonight from the Pentagon.
It was a joke, but one the Air Force is taking seriously. A Facebook post, an avowed fake designed to get likes, announced a plan to raid the Air Force base in Nevada, known as Area 51, which has been at the center of UFO and alien conspiracy theories for decades. More than 1 million people have signed up for the Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us event slated for late September, in which the post declares, we can move faster than their bullets, let's see them aliens. It's been enough to spook the Air Force, which doesn't use the term Area 51 to describe the 2.9 million acre live fire training range, the largest in the United States, located at Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada. One of the many reasons Air Force officials don't want people to trespass on the base, they are worried some might be killed. Quote, any attempt to illegally access military installations or military training areas is dangerous. There has been renewed interest in UFO sightings since it was revealed earlier this year. The military has spent $22 million to research UFOs and announced new classified guidelines for how its pilots should report them. Last month, the Navy briefed several senators on Capitol Hill about UFO encounters like this one. From a Navy F-18 training mission 4 years ago off the east coast of the United States, an unidentified aerial phenomena.
You have objects that are doing things, maneuvering in ways without any obvious sign of propulsion.
It's not clear the 1.1 million Facebook followers who said they are going to storm Area 51 are real and not Russian bots. Brett?
Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. Jennifer, thank you.
A Facebook group, I should say, called Storm Area 51. That's the name of the group. Well, they've got 1 million members, and they're going to storm Area 51 on September the 20th. Okay, you know Area 51, there's supposed to be alien remains there, it's super secret, all the rest of it. Annie Jacobson is the author of the book, Area 51, An Uncensored History of America's Top Secret Military Base. And Annie joins us now. Let's get straight at it, can we? Can we go right at this? Are there any alien remains in Area 51?
Well, I certainly don't know about that. What I do know is that Area 51 is a classified military facility with a lot of top secret programs from the military and also intelligence community partners.
Well, do you think there's
so
any...
the idea that...
I mean, look, do you think that there's anything in this, all this room... I've been hearing about this for 40 years, that there's alien remains in Area 51. There's something fishy going on there with outer space. Is there?
Well, certainly to a lot of people, I think it is the sort of home base of reverse UFO technology. That is one line of thinking. A lot of people are involved in that narrative, and I think that's what's really culminated this whole idea of storming the base and finding out if there's any truth to that mythology. But of course, it could never happen because you're talking about a classified military facility. And there's no way anyone's going to get near the gates of Area 51.
There's a whole cottage industry around Area 51, isn't there?
Well, yes, and of course recently, just this past winter, the Pentagon released information that it has been tracking unidentified flying objects. Whether or not they're military in nature, who knows? But this sort of stimulated a whole new idea about Area 51 being home to captured UFOs and aliens.
Will you be there on September the whatever it is? Are you going? Are you going to storm it September 20th?
I'm not going, but my teenage son asked me if I thought it was a good idea.
Okay, probably not. Annie, I'm terribly sorry to cut it short. I'm out of time, but I'll leave you with Area 51 and the space aliens. Thanks, Annie. We appreciate you being with us. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, boys, let's get ready. Set up those anti-gravity mines. We got a whole bunch of dummies gonna try and raid the base. It's gonna be a big old butthead bum rush. They think we're not gonna use that stolen alien technology on them? They got another thing coming. Those orange fingertip stained Cheetos eating gamer boys ain't gonna stand a chance. We got ray guns. Zap, boom, kapow. You've just been fucking disintegrated. Woo! Memory wipe shields, plasma cannons, hovercraft Humvees, A-10 flying saucers. I believe, yeah, I know you too, Mr. X-Files guy, but I believe you're gonna get fried to a crisp, just like Mars attacks. Just zap, goop, skeleton stained red.
I wish they'd just get here already.
Set the hypnoid cannon on stun. I want to see all these dummies freeze in place and like look around with their eyes wondering what the hell they're gonna do next. Damn it, you think with all this new technology you could put some working AC in these things? Wait until they hit the gamma ray field. People are just gonna walk into this place thinking everything's all right. They're just gonna be turned inside out. I for one can't wait to see the look on their faces when they realize that Goro from Mortal Kombat is a real guy and that we got 14,000 of those freaks ready to run into the fray and just start ripping people in half. Oh, it's gonna be great. Guys, help me out. I can never find the invisibility cloaker on this thing.
I can't wait to see all these idiots' faces when they realize all the aliens are up on our moon base.
If we kill most of them in 24 hours, do you think my black leave will still be okay?
Probably not.
Because I'm the first guy to use the molecular cannon. I want to freeze them all like Sub-Zero, then smack them with a hammer and watch them shatter. Wait till they figure out we haven't used oil for any machinery in decades. No, I'm not worried. They're not gonna get past the front gate. These idiots have been letting us put fluoride in their water for decades. You got any more of that Klingon dip? I could really use a lipper right now. That stuff gets me buzzed and angry. Do you guys think anybody's gonna catch on that we planned this entire thing ourselves? It's a security breach! They broke through the wall! Joe Rogan brought everybody!